Welcome to Make Something with me, David Picciuto. Today we're going to build a dog bed. I built a couple of dog beds in the past, but now we have a dog with special needs. He's getting really old, he's outliving his body and has a hard time getting up onto the dog beds that we made. So now the plan is to just have a dog bed that sits on the floor, but to keep this from moving around, I'm going to weld up this little frame that's going to go on the sides and the back, and that's going to keep it in position. But I think the cool thing about this is it's going to have little pillars in the front here, and then also in the back, but not as high, that can hold the dog blanket kind of in place. It creates like a little cave, and the dog can always go in there and snuggle up and take his little dog naps. As he gets older, he tries to make his bed, and then the dog blanket gets moved off the bed and he gets frustrated and then just sleeps without a blanket. Who wants to sleep without a blanket? So the thought is to have these little pillars, and then the dog blanket can just sit on top. Maybe we get a new one where the puppy doesn't chew holes in it. And the little magnets will just hold it in place. I think this is 1/2 inch bar stock, and we're just gonna start chopping and welding. I'm not getting all 4 sides. I don't think it needs that much strength. Just putting the coat of primer on there. We're gonna paint it black. Unfortunately, I don't have gray or black primer. I did get a new bed, still in the packaging, and a new blanket. And this goes on top like so. And then the thought was I could throw some magnets on there, hold that in place. And then I tried this out, and as you can see in the video, he just went right over on the side and then laid on top that way. I was able to get him to go through this area right here, but he really wanted to enter from the side. So we are not done. I'm going to build little wooden walls on the side here, and that'll pretty it up. It'll be fun and will keep him from entering from the side. Also, I found that even though those magnets are really strong, the blanket still moved. Maybe I can make little wooden, I don't know what you would call that, what kind of friction fit over the top there, and go right there, and that was a terrible sound. And then back here. This is some English walnut that I got from my old art teacher from junior high. He called up my brother and was like, I've got this wood, come get it. And it's not the prettiest of wood, it's not the straightest wood. I think it's from the top of the tree because there's no straight grain. I got all the holes drilled, and then these are going to get attached in there, and then we'll screw them in place. I did scratch it up pretty good, so I'll have to do a little bit of repainting, but for now, I don't think I've ever used English walnut. It's always been black walnut or walnut. So I don't want this to sit flush on the bar there, so I have this random whatever as a spacer just to lift it up a little bit, and then we'll clamp it in place. I'm using a 1-inch pocket hole screw for two reasons. I like the way it looks on the outside, and it's all I have. You don't have to pre-drill into the wood for this end of the pocket hole screw because this is self-drilling, but I'm going into end grain and I don't want it to split apart, so I am going to pre-drill this. Check that out. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I got to repaint that, but I like the way that looks. This is going to go into here like so. I'm kind of glad that the first version didn't work out because look at the wood on there. That looks really nice. Now we need to make the little blanket's gonna go over top like that, and then these caps just kind of friction fit on there, and that ain't going anywhere. I'm not sure if I need to put the magnets on the back or not. Oh, that's a good boy. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to keep the blanket from leaving the bed back here, but I have been experimenting with pulling it out from the space between the wood and the frame here, and then just kind of doing one of these numbers. And I can do that on both sides and the back, and it kind of looks cool as well. So that works, and that keeps the blanket on the bed, and then it also kind of tucks him in a little bit more. The caps are working pretty good. I guess if I was going to redesign it, I would make these a little bit longer, maybe square as well, and so it fits on there a little bit better, because he's not going to pull it off, but when I move the blanket around, I can pop them off sometimes. But this is working out well. He can get in and out of the bed on his own. That was my first time using the English walnut. Usually I work with black walnut. I really like how this looks with the oil. The little grain pores get really dark and makes it look great, and it blends well with the black frame on here. So I'm glad we went through the second iteration of adding the little side walls, because it really enhances the look. And I like this. I like how the screws are visible. It just adds to the design element. So that is going to wrap it up. As always, be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something. You making your bed buds? Good boy.